Hi everybody, Kaiwaza back with you, and I did go back to the Friends of the Library sale on Thursday. I know I just said I'm putting myself in a record buying ban, and then I went out and bought more records. I mean, that didn't work out, did it? So anyway, I went there and I got like, I don't know, I think it's 35 records, something like that. I did. There was definitely stuff there that wasn't there before. And I just got some. And even though I'm on a book ban, I didn't really break my book ban for this year, because I've always said I can pick up like coffee table books or Taschen books or something that has like amazing pictures and stuff in it, because those I get if because I will use them and I look at them. Music, it's really like while listening to music, it's really like novels and historical books and stuff I'm trying to not get any more of, because I just need to read the ones I have. So I did pick up a few books, and only a couple, 3 books. I'll show you those, and about 30 something records. I forgot to count them right now. Yeah, and the last video, actually, I was supposed to show you what the sale looks like. It's in our old Pier 1 imports location, and I did take some video, and then I forgot to put it in the video. So let's start by showing you the location shots. So we're walking up on the location of the Friends of the Library of Hawaii book and music sale. This is in the Pier 1 imports store. Of course, they closed down, so there's this very, very large vacant retail space that they must have gotten some kind of deal on to hold their sale here for a couple of months. And this is located down in the Ward Center area. And as you can see, it's kind of an overwhelming amount of books here. And then over in this corner of the store, we find all of the vinyl records, and then past them are CDs and DVDs. Yeah, it's kind of a lot to take in. Okay, so I picked up this book, Picture Book Hawaii. It's from the 1970s, Robert Wenkum, and I just like a lot of the pictures in it. I love these kind of books to just listen to music to and kind of zone out. Looking at the pictures is kind of my form of meditation, really. I don't meditate very well, but I can definitely zone out looking at pretty pictures. Anyway, that's this one. Yeah. Then I got this one, James Sears, a photographer. I have some other books of his that I really like. This one, Rarotonga and the Cook Islands, and again, it was what, $2 or something? Yeah, $2, and it has lots of beautiful pictures of like there's some old, antique pictures, and then there's like he does a lot of pictures of people, just photographing people he really likes, but there's lots of like dancers and that kind of stuff, and I really enjoy these kind of pictures. Anyway, Rarotonga. And then the one book that, maybe I shouldn't have bought, but I did buy just because this kind of book's really interesting to me. Missionary Adventures in the South Pacific. These are about missionaries that went to the Micronesian islands from the 1800s through World War II. And it's kind of, some of it's taken from there. This was a little more expensive. Just from some of it from their journals and writings and their history and things that they did. And I love books of like letters and diaries and histories. And so, again, this is not a book you're gonna see very often. You know, it is an older book, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get this one because I do want it. Now, for the records, there were 35. I counted them. So let's take a look. And most of them were $1. I think there were a couple that were $2, but most were $1. So these are all my easy listening records I picked up to program eventually into my online radio station, Moody Mood Music, which is kind of old school, easy listening, elevator, grocery store, call waiting, music. Andre Castellanes, and I particularly like this one. It's from the 70s, and some of the songs are, Emmanuel. I mean, from very 70s. Feelings, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Be interesting to hear that one. A fresh flavor, a new approach to the hits. Jane Morgan. I want to hear Jane Morgan singing These Boots Are Made for Walking and You're My Soul and Inspiration and Monday, Monday. Message to Michael. I love that song, Message to Michael. Now, this one was kind of interesting. I've never seen this one before. Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians. Not really my thing because he, was recording into the 60s, but his style is kind of really throwback, almost like 1930s, so kind of a dance band. But he was known for doing a lot of dance medleys, a bunch of songs strung together. And this is the Lombardo years, play the best love Lombardo medleys, 4 records, and it comes with this, the booklet that sort of describes everything and tells you the history of some of this, and then the 4 records. And I'm just curious, I'd never seen it before, and Guy Lombardo is good for the station. Like I said, he's not really my thing because it's kind of a 1930s style almost dance band, but I'd never seen this before. It's interesting. I love this. Jack Jones, the In Crowd, he's like when they're all trying to be swinging 60s and all. It's very cool. Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows. 1, 2, 3. What the World Needs Now Is Love. It's great. Can't go wrong with Steve and Edie together on Broadway. Love them. Pianist, Roger Williams, Love Story. Again, there's some cool tracks I'm interested to hear. The Lonely Ones, Picasso, Summer, Wandering Star, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Gotta have that. Another Connie Francis. Connie Francis sings to a swinging band. 50 guitars of Tommy Garrett. This is really nice, easy listening stuff. The Sound of Love. Liberace. I don't have any Liberace up on the station yet. I have a few of his records. I really need to get cracking and get some Liberace on there. Candlelight Classics. This was interesting also. I think some of the songs, I was curious. Sunrise Concerto. Skeletons, the theme from Above San Francisco. I don't know, interesting. Sir Francis Drake, The Strangest Dream. Yeah, curious to hear it. Always have to get a Mystic Moods Orchestra if I don't have it. Night Tide. They, if you don't know, they always have like sound effects, the ocean waves and a thunderstorm and cows in the pasture and trains going by and whatever, all sorts of things. I kind of got this for myself. I just really wanted to hear it. I don't think this is going to necessarily work for the station, but jazz interpretations of pictures at an exhibition. I just kind of wanted to hear that. I have not played these yet. I did play a little bit of this one because I just wanted to hear. Again, I didn't know if this would work for the station. It actually will, but I didn't know. I was curious to hear it. Concerto Electro by the famous Dick Hyman. For Baldwin Electro Piano, Rock Jazz Rhythm, and Symphony Orchestra. So this is very mall-like. It is very 80s shopping mall like, it seems to me. It just kind of upbeat and groovy, but it's still music for sure. Ray Conniff, I didn't have this one. Gotta have it. Ballad style of Stan Kenton. I got a ballad style of him last time, but it was a different record, the romantic approach, the ballad style. These are different songs.
You know, sometimes I just need to be alone with my emotions. I need some quiet moments to shed a few tears and drink a cup of coffee. Sometimes I need to be alone with my violin music, with my soothing piano music. During those times, Moody Mood music is there for me. You can find comfort and satisfaction for those emotional times at Moody Mood Music on live365.com. You can find beautiful, soothing vinyl recordings of orchestras and vocalists who will ease your mind. Won't you join me there? Well, actually, I want to be alone, but go there and enjoy it by yourself. Thank you.
Well, I had to get this one. I didn't know anything about it, but Hollywood Gold Volume 2. Where's Volume 1? I want Volume 1. The Quadra Strings. This is for quadraphonic, but it is compatible with stereo. 2 record set. Gotta have it. I mean, the Quadra Strings. Totally format. What's on the back? Yeah. Robert Goulet. We love him. Summer Sounds. Looking very young in that picture. This must be one of his earlier. It Can't Be Wrong. Velvety Instrumentals by Ron Goodwin and his enchanting English orchestra. The Big Beat Sound of James Last and the American Patrol. Tribute to the all-time great, Lawrence Welk. You know, it's funny that Lawrence Welk to me is always brought up as being like, oh, you know, like the most old-fashioned of easy listening, or the most elevator-ish of artists or something. And yet I find all these Dot albums that were done during this in the 60s that have the same covers. I mean, there's no like pictures of anything. It's just, they're all just, you know, typeset like this. They're actually very contemporary arrangements to me for the 60s. I mean, they sound very much like they belong in a more modern, easy listening setting, and I really like them. I just really like these 1960s Lawrence Welk albums from Dot. I like them. And I'm not going to change my mind. Tony Martin at the Plaza on Audio Fidelity. You don't see... You know, you see a lot of world music and odd stuff on Audio Fidelity, but this is awfully middle of the road to be Audio Fidelity. Fronte and Teicher, we love them. Dial M for Murder. Again, I was curious to hear some of these tracks. Will be interesting. The Kung Fu theme. I Want to Spend My Life with You. Spring is Coming. Tie a Yellow Ribbon. Jeremy, Let's Get It On. Baby. Musical Moments with Mantovani. I have a million Mantovani albums, but didn't have this one. I thought it might be a compilation, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, no, it isn't. You know, Tie a Yellow Ribbon. Say, Has Anybody Seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose? Elizabethan Serenade. Yeah. I know. Jackie Gleason, but I want all Jackie Gleasons. I didn't have this one. Lover's Portfolio Volume 1. Music for sipping, music for dancing. It will put you to sleep is what it will do. It is the most mellow of mellow. John Davidson, singer, kind of a nice looking guy there in his youth. And I remember when he was popular and a singer, and I do remember one year he hosted Miss World. I don't remember what year it was, in the 80s, I think like 85 or so. but I did see that. And again, I have to get this one because of the track list. This is their Trying to Be Groovy Again. Hip, you know, Both Sides Now, Little Green Apples, Obla Dee, Obla Da. You got to do your obligatory Beatles songs. Don't know this lady, Marilyn May, girl singer, as if like we weren't sure. We had to identify her gender. For broadcast only. This is a Johnny Mathis album I didn't have. It's definitely a later one. I love Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis can do no wrong. I know every album of his is not amazing and fantastic, but he can still do no wrong in my eye. And I had to get it because I didn't have it. James Galway, I don't get everything by him, but he did some albums that were a little bit more on the pop side. He's a flutist, classical flutist, but I started a joke, you know, the Pachelbel Canon, everybody knows that, but some interesting tracks on here. Waiata Poi, a New Zealand song, Long White Cloud. Some of these are from Down Under. Silver Stars Are in the Sky. I'm just curious to hear this. Trombones Unlimited. Big Boss Bones. Well, you can't pass that one up. I mean, come on. You can't. Cleo Lane, Best Friends with John Williams. They had some Cleo Lane, but the Cleo Lane records were expensive. Apparently, she's a little bit more collectible. I'm not totally familiar with her, although I do know the name. So, and John Williams is a guitarist, so this is them together. And this one was only $1, so I thought we will get this one and see what all the fuss is about with Cleo Lane. Now again, this one was $2, but I did have to pick this one up. Living Jazz, an ode to young lovers. Gotta have it. John Gary, we've got some John Gary, but this one, what is it? Holding Your Mind? What does that even mean? I didn't notice the title. I'm like, what? Again, we're kind of, you know, John Gary's being a little bit groovy here. Saturday night at the World. You'd better sit down, kids. How old am I today? So check it out. And finally, Larry Elgart and his Hooked on Swing Orchestra. Well, I love Hook on Swing, and I'm just thought for $1, we're going to get this one. La Cage aux Folies, Harlem Nocturne, Bandstand Boogie. Should be interesting. Okay, that's my haul. This lighting, I look very ghostly here. Anyway, whatever. That's my haul. I did pick up a couple tikis. These were not like thrift hauls. I got these online, but I'll show them to you anyway because they're kind of cool. This is like plastic. They're both like plastic or something, but this is a Coco Joe's, originally from Hawaii. So it's kind of a nice size. I'll take it off of this chain and restring it with some beads or whatever and do this whole number to it. And this one I got was only like $6 and it came from Hong Kong, but it's mega cool. It's like green plastic. I love this one too. Goes with my shirt. Anyway, craft projects ahead. Okay, that's it. Have a good week. We'll talk to you later.